Welcome to another rousing edition of Turner's Takes. The passion for sports never ends at the buzzer. I'm Jake Turner. Well, folks, we are just ending up with default week in the NFL season, and thank goodness, because now we're starting to get a true opinion on the 32 teams. So, enough talk. Let's get to the picks, so let's rock and roll. We'll start off with Chicago at Green Bay, and what a way to open up week 2 with the oldest rivalry in the NFL, clashing in historic Lambeau Field. It goes to George Papa Bear House, and Vince Lombardi was out that evening. The Bears quarterback telling the Packers defensive backs good luck was just the thing they needed, as the Green Bay defense used Jay Cutler as their own personal pincushion. Packers defensive coordinator Don Capers made some changes by starting rookie defensive tackle Gerald Worthy at right defensive end, switching in rookie cornerback Casey Hayward and rookie safety Gerard McMillan. And it paid off as they shut down the Bears' running game and Brandon Marshall. Packers outside linebacker was happy to welcome back Eric Walden as he was set free to put pressure on Cutler and even sack him 3 times. Cutler was awful, throwing 4 interceptions and becoming a best friend to the grassy field, hitting it 7 times. Now with 6 sacks in 2 games, Matthews is rejuvenated. Credit to Mike McCarthy for calling the fake field goal to tight end Tom Crabtree for the touchdown, giving 20 rushes to running back Cedric Benson, breaking out for 81 yards. And Aaron Rodgers closed the door with a 26-yard touchdown pass to Allen Driver. Packers 23, Bears 10. Hey, thanks, same old Jay. Kansas City at Buffalo, today's big-time games. Let's get right to it. 2 overhyped teams, stout running game, and questionable defenses. What else could you want in a Chiefs-Bills game? Both defenses gave up 88 points. Chiefs 48, Bills 48. Chiefs 40, Bills 48. And over 900 yards of offense. Ouch. Either defense would love to get a win for their loyal fan bases. Similarly, Chiefs quarterback Matt Castle and Bills quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick have both been given the reins of their teams and big money contracts. So far, so questionable. Both quarterbacks have something to prove, create long-standing drives, keep a balance and run a pass, and just get to the end zone as much as possible. Is that what football is all about? Enough underachieving. Time to prove something. Be on the lookout for Castle throwing it towards Dwayne Bowe's way at least 8 times. John Baldwin 4-5. And here's a fantasy sleeper for you fans. Chiefs tight end Tony Moeaki caught everything that came his way last week. Look for Bills running back C.J. Spiller to get 25 to 34 rushes, as the passing game could be wobbly after losing wide receiver David Nelson for the season. Chiefs 27, Bills 17. Cleveland at Cincinnati. The Battle of Ohio once again commences between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. First stop, sold out Paul Brown Stadium. Both teams got Southern Fried style quarterbacks, and Bengals quarterback Andy Dalton from TCU and Browns rookie quarterback Brandon Weeden out of Oklahoma State. Both struggled mightily against their respectable opponents. Dalton threw 2 wobbly interceptions against the Ravens, while Weeden was interception happy, throwing 4 and sporting a paper bag wearing 5.1 QB rating. Woo. If you had a look at this closer, you will definitely see that the Bengals are far better built for a playoff run than the Browns. However, in an intense matchup like this, don't be a bit surprised if you see the ground and pound, keeping the pressure off the quarterback, and counting on some old-school black and blue defense. For you fantasy junkies out there, start A.J. Green and Greg Little. Both have big play potentials. Excuse me. Holy mackerel. And run short routes. It's going to be close. Bengals 23, Browns 18. Minnesota and Indianapolis. Welcome back Adrian Peterson. Now, last week against the Jaguars, he busted it out in 20 rushes or less, 84 yards and 2 touchdowns. Vikings offensive coordinator Bill Musgrave had a great game plan set, keeping the pressure off quarterback Christian Ponder, throwing under 30 passes with 20 for 27, 270-yard game. Getting just enough out of the Peterson plan that took out a policy in the Jaguars D. I'm not going to lie. Even though the defense got the stops they needed, their pass defense still worries me, especially when the secondary couldn't find Jaguars wide receiver Cecil Shorts. Just saying. Which could be a problem against Colts wide receiver Reggie Wayne, who still can get it done on the long ball. Though Colts rookie quarterback Andrew Luck wasn't too spectacular at Chicago, he still shows good leadership, a powerful arm, finesse, and comfort, which makes Colts head coach Chuck Pagano's job a little easier in the future. It's sold out at Lucas Oil Stadium, and they're looking for a win for number 12. As long as the Colts D doesn't let Peterson run wild, I see a probable win for the Colts. Colts 34, Vikings 26. New Orleans at Carolina. Oh boy. My suspicions on Panthers quarterback Cam Newton continue to grow. Sloppy play by Newton last week and a muddy old-school fight at Tampa Bay last week. Now, even though he had 303 yards, he still gave it up twice and couldn't get in sync with his receivers. Nothing I can't stand more than a possible leader throwing a towel over his head on the sidelines. It's the top spot, kid. There are no feel-sorry-for-me moments in the NFL. Here's your chance to prove your critics wrong. Beat down the Saints' rebuilding defense led by Steve Spagnuolo. Expect this to be a blockbuster with many exciting action sequences formed up by both offensive coordinators. Drew Brees wasn't himself throwing 2 interceptions against the Griffining Redskins last week. Expect to bench both defenses and get ready for a high noon shootout between Brees and Newton. Saints just have too much firepower, but Panthers will make it interesting. Saints 49, Panthers 37. Houston at Jacksonville. Now this is an intriguing matchup happening in North Florida. This could be close. Now hear me out, because I think the Jaguars are better than critics think. Jaguars head coach Mike Mularkey is known for his quarterback building. Now trust me, he gave some great stats to Matt Ryan while in Atlanta. Quarterback Blaine Gabbert looked crisp last week, showing confidence in his throws, making good decisions, and not easily surrendering to Minnesota. Jaguars are going to feel a little stingy after that overtime loss, and expect them to use rookie wide receiver Justin Blackmon a lot more. While you think the Texans have some dangerous weaponry on offense, and believe me they do, it's an entirely different story outdoors for them. So expect Darian Foster to get some serious carries, and I think the Jaguars defense can do some damage. Home to the Mike Thomas touchdown. That's it. I'm going to do the upset. Jaguars 24, Texans 20. Oakland at Miami. What? I apologize. I don't stop by just reading this matchup. Why enjoy a good game with the silver and black? This is my pick for the DOA game of the week. Raiders win this. If Phantom pounds the rock, rejuvenated Raiders defense pounds Tannehill, and now Ryan Tannehill, it's time to play your game of guess that division. The Raiders are in the AFC West. Remember that. Raiders 23, Dolphins 6. Arizona at New England. Kevin Cobb versus Tom Brady. Well, what? Okay, I can get this preview done in 25 words or less. Advantage. Tom Brady, lots of touchdowns. Patriots 40, Cardinals 13. Tampa Bay at New York. Here we go. Giants came out rusty in its home opener against the Cowboys, giving up over 470 yards. Buccaneers feeling good about their old-school style of football, pounding the rock, 4-3 defense, and throwing the quarterback out of sync. Now, running back Doug Moore really showing his worth with 94 yards and 24 rushes. Broxton Graciano keeping the players in check, but this may be a bit tough. Facing off against a Manning, and not just any Manning, but an Eli with 2 Super Bowl rings. I have 3 words for Victor Cruz. Catch the ball. Giants win convincingly. Giants 24, Buccaneers 10. Baltimore at Philadelphia. The city of brotherly love. Quite a tough city to play in, unless you have a Super Bowl ring. Then you'll win, and it does help to have someone named Ray Rice. However, the Ravens have revamped its offense around quarterback Joe Flacco. Guess he wants that ring. He showed it greatly last week with an explosive 44-13 thumping of the Bengals. On the other side, Eagles quarterback Michael Vick had one of his worst performances of his career against the Browns, squeaking out with a win, throwing 56 passes and 4 ugly interceptions. When I mean ugly, I mean like watching Jack and Jill in its entirety. Philly fans have been already whispering the name Nick Foles. You know, that draft pick out of Arizona. However, give the Eagles a chance, especially when the defense gave up only 217 yards. I would be nervous if I was lining up against Trent Cole, who ignites out of his stance that could give Flacco some issues. It could be close, or the Eagles' wings will be clipped by the third quarter. I'm going close. Ravens 27, Eagles 24.